So today we will be discussing the newly restrictions and measures announced around the COVID-19. How do you think this will affect either organizations, businesses, or even like citizens in the upcoming week or the duration of those measures?
The people of Ontario are very, very confused. Are we in red alert, blue alert, yellow alert, green alert? No one seems to know what level of alert we're at. I found it very interesting that the city of Toronto, even the mayor, was saying right up until the last minute, they were given a huge long list of instructions and there was still confusion.
So I'm going to echo what Ken just said. I was standing on my balcony in Cabbagetown and there are throngs of people. The grocery stores were packed. There was groups of people walking. I'm assuming if there's 5 in a group, they're assumed to be in a household. It would have been easier, as much as the word seems scarier, to issue a curfew rather than stay-at-home orders, because at least you know when you're not supposed to be outside. I'm confused, and we're the ones reading the regulations and trying to help define for clients, and it's extremely hard to figure out what exactly it is other than the government just shouting, stay home.
We've talked about there being mixed measures and the economic impact. I don't think you can really separate those two things, because we've been drilled into our heads, stay home, stay safe, but also go and support the local economy. It's really important that you go and support all these businesses. Stay home, stay safe. What do I do if I can't stay home? And the response from governments collectively seems to be, well, that's tough.
I mean, as a younger guy, like just out of college, most of my college friends are still out, maybe smaller parties, but they're still out going, seeing their buddies. And at a certain point, I don't know how much the police can do with, even if they had infinite funding. Like at the end of the day, people are still going to do what people want to do. And I think that a big problem facing both the country and the province is that people are, for lack of a better term, bored with being on lockdown. They don't want to be on lockdown anymore.
Noah, I'm absolutely appalled at your generation for your irresponsibility in spreading this virus. You're killing the baby boomers. Basically, you're trying to kill me and my generation. My son calls it, a boomer remover.
Went from we need more social solidarity to
Ken just ripping.
Let's have intergenerational war.
This whole thing of like, we're all in this together. It's like, well, we're not. So stop trying to tell us we are, but also give us some clear, definite responses as to what we're supposed to do or what we're allowed to do. And if we're going to have stay-at-home orders and you're telling that there's going to be bylaw and police are going to be out there and they can demand your identification, give them the guidelines as to what they can and cannot do, because friends of mine in the OPP, as of Wednesday night, they had no idea what they were supposed to do.
Here we are, middle of January. We're almost 1 year into this mess, and we're still confused as to when we're supposed to go out, when we're not supposed to go out, what we're supposed to go to. Again, I appreciate the Premier and the government trying to help the small business community, but then they let the big box stores open up. And then there's all this confusion as to who's in and who's out. I think the inconsistency in their communications has been a problem throughout this whole pandemic.
The cruel irony that the same generation that fought that war, or whether abroad or at home, and
they're now dying. They're dying in the senior citizens' homes.
Yeah, and because we don't want to do the hard work that it takes to improve people's lives, to build that social solidarity. Social solidarity and doesn't get built by issuing stay-at-home orders. It gets built by improving the conditions that we all live in. And that's what more than any communications issues, that's what we need more of.